What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is CringeyJesse, and this is Formula 1 Manager 23, round number 4. We're going to Azerbaijan, Bakku City. And I just want to really quickly apologize for not having any videos out a little bit earlier this weekend. I do have Sundays and Mondays off, so I'm trying to use Saturday nights and Sunday nights and maybe Monday morning, afternoon to record and put up. But I didn't do a good job of that this weekend because there was a lot of games. The Alabama-Georgia game, the Eagles-49ers game. One went my way, the other did not. I'll let y'all decide which one's which. Anyway, with my hours this week, I might be able to put out a couple during the weekdays. So hopefully maybe I can do more of that. But we will try. Otherwise, I'm going to do a lot better next weekend at this. Again, I apologize. Anyway, here we are, round number 4. And with that, we all know that my front wing should be ready to be manufactured. Alright, so if we look at this, I want to make 4 of them. The second one will be done in 4 days. The third one will be done in 10 days, which is after the Bakku race, which is in 7 days. So I'll have 2 for the race. I think what I'm going to do is give them to one car, again Magnussen, and then Hulkenberg can have his for the next race. Like we did the underfloor. I think Magnussen has been showing off his skills here so far, getting us more points. So I think he definitely does it. Plus, he's also car 1. So I think he definitely deserves to have the faster car first. But now with that front wing and new underfloor, hopefully he'll be a little bit faster around the corners. This is a longer track built for straight line speed. I'm not 100% sure we have that just yet, so I don't expect too high. Hopefully still points. I did get points with both of them before, but hopefully we can still get some points in the records here. However, let's get into qualifying and then the race. Okay, so just real quick, I do want to show this screen here, starting confidence after P1, practice 1. As you see, Kevin Magnussen, well, and Sophia Flourish, way better. However, the reason I'm showing you this is because I completely forgot that this was a sprint weekend, which means I put out Sophia instead of Nico Hulkenberg, which means Nico Hulkenberg is going into qualifying without any track practice at all. So, sorry Hulkenberg, I will do better at paying attention to the sprint weekends. Please forgive me. And speaking of qualifying, let's jump into that. We have Magnussen P16 trying to get out of the bottom 5 here, but cannot do so. Hulkenberg, however, he's about to finish his Q1. He's in the go-ahead for round 2 for Q2. Let's see if he can hold on to that as he crosses the line in the danger zone, moves up to P11. It looks like for sure he is going to Q2. So one car in Q2, one car out in Q1. Over into Q2, Hulkenberg P14, hoping we can get him out into Q3, and no. P11 once again, as we take a look at Albon, who's going to come across the line. He's not going to do any better than what he did. Piastri is going to go into the pit lane, which means it will be P11, P16 for the Haas here in the sprint race, which we are going to go ahead and get started now. 5 red lights are gone and off they go. I forgot to do this part right here before we started the race, so we're going to do that while starting the race. And virtual safety. No, a red flag. A red flag is out. Let's see what happened.
Now this was at turn 1. Not a lot of wiggle room here. And not just one car involved in that, as you can see. And they'll have to pick themselves up after that. Now the sprint.
Well, that definitely sucks for Albon and Piastri. Anyway, here goes the sprint race part 2. They're taking just a little bit of time to get going there. For a second while editing this, I thought maybe I had paused the race to do all this, but I did not. I actually did not. But here we go. 15 laps to go. Piastri gets a 5-second penalty, but he's out of the race and in last place, so that's not going to do a whole lot. Magnussen here moving up to P13, fighting Sonoda for the spot. We're going to keep an eye on them until they are done fighting. Let's see how long that takes. Let's wait for them to get in line. And Stroll down there, you saw Stroll take up a couple of spots there, it looked like, but I guess not. It looked like he took a couple of spots. I mean, if I was Stroll in that position, I would have most definitely have taken that. And it's still side by side for Magnussen and Tsunoda fighting for P13. I'm just waiting for them to get in line here so that we can skip on to the next one. And it looks like there is the line. Hulkenberg not being able to get in front of Lance Stroll. Moving up a couple of laps to lap number 4. It might even be the next lap. I forgot there was a red flag. But anyway, up to lap 4 we go. Magnussen, he's going to get around Hulkenberg. That new front wing must be doing him something. Very next lap, in the very same spot, Magnussen now fighting Lance Stroll for P11. And P11 looks like it will be his, as Magnussen, 10 laps to go, looking for Ocon, who got passed by Norris. We were going to try to take over Norris earlier, but he got in front of Ocon. He is trying to get away from us. He knows that we are just a little bit faster than he is, so he's trying to stay away from us. I don't blame him. Magnussen doing wonderful work, as he usually always does at the end of races. I guess the sprint counts as an end of a race since it's not that many laps left. Going around the outside here on Norris, and he's going to take P9, now over 3.5 seconds behind Gasly. P9 might be the stopping point. Hulkenberg finally making moves upwards in front of Lance Stroll for P11. Let's see if he can catch up to P10, get both of my drivers to start in the top 10 for the next race. And there it is, side by side with Norris on lap 11 here, and he's going to get it before the turn, so there is no need for hard braking, late braking. Magnussen on lap 12 catches up to Gasly and into the points. He takes the last point spot away from Gasly. Hulkenberg, who was also catching up to Gasly. We're going to see if we're going to see if we can get Gasly in front of, Hulkenberg in front of Gasly. And here's the plan, because Gasly's in the Alpine, and Alpine is somewhat sort of our rivals here. They have been in the past couple of saves that I've had. So we want to get away from him. Here we have Hulkenberg getting in front of Gasly, and now what we're going to do is just have him defend, and just to see if we can get Magnussen away from Gasly. And then hopefully Hulkenberg still finishes in front of Gasly. P8 and the fastest lap here on the last lap of the sprint goes to Magnussen. He will take 1 point away with this sprint race. And then Hulkenberg will have P9. So P8, P9 to start the race.
This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Here in Azerbaijan, we have started the race. P8, P9. Here comes Alonso to take P7. We actually started P7 because Alonso had that penalty, but Alonso was like, nah, I want that spot back. So it looks like a little bit of battling here between Alonso and Magnussen. And Hulkenberg, who was P8 or P9, has lost out to Gasly, but he is side by side with him as well. So there's a little bit of fighting going on here, and I love to see it. As if my guys can just keep up with the fighting, then maybe we have a shot at, down the road, like way down the road. But Hulkenberg, he is going to get over Gasly here, at least by the record books up there. And it's still side by side with Alonso here as this lap continues through the castle section. Will they do it? Oh, that was pretty close to the wall. I didn't like that for real. Oh, man. I'm telling you what. Honestly, in my opinion, this first lap was very stressful because I really thought a couple of times there that Magnussen was going to crash out, and I did not want to see that. But it looks like here we go. Finally, near the end of the lap, Hulkenberg did overtake Gasly and get in front of him. And here comes Magnussen, who looks like he's in front. We're just waiting for Alonso to give up the position. Anyway, finally did near the end of the lap. Moving on to lap number 4 as we catch up to Russell here, who has no DRS. Hamilton left him in the dust. He said, that teammate of mine, I don't really like him. Who really likes George Russell? Let's be real. I don't think anybody does. He looks like a robot to me in real life, and he's just kind of creepy. But we're going to overtake Russell for P6, and surprisingly, catch up to Hamilton here on lap number 5. Same spot as we overtook Russell with just a little less of a struggle. And P5 now belongs to Kevin Magnussen. Hulkenberg, however, unfortunately, still stuck all the way back in P9. But here on lap number 19, it is P5, P9, and a safety car comes out. A safety car has come out. Not sure why just yet, but I'm sure it's about to tell us a crash on turn number 4 for Oscar Piastri.
Now here we are tackling turn 3.
Is that Albon behind him?
Pretty big impacts there.
Or in front of him? It doesn't matter. P19 Oscar Piastri has hit the wall and he is out of this race. So safety car is out, DRS is disabled. As you can see here, the people in front of me are going into the pit lane, so I have the option of pitting or staying in front. And as you can see, with Magnussen, I definitely pitted. Hulkenberg, I also pitted as well. But Magnussen gets out with a 2.8, and here is Hulkenberg. Let's see if he can do any better than a 2.8 as he comes in. Lifts up, tires switched, drop him. Drop him. Please drop him. Drop him. Okay, now drive. Alright, drive. Jesus. What the heck happened there?
Karim Chandon, talk us through this one.
So Hulkenberg pulled in. Oh, but they have trouble releasing the car.
Okay, honestly, I was kind of hoping for a different view. Maybe cars were coming through and that's why he couldn't get out. But either way, Hulkenberg's definitely going to lose out on position there. Was P9 going in, but now is P11. As the safety car has ended, and away we go. Magnussen P5, Hulkenberg P11. Lap number 23 is underway. I want to say close to halfway. Not quite at the halfway point. Anyway, Hulkenberg. As you see, he's pulling out there on Lance Stroll. Is he going to go ahead and get right past him? It looks like he will, and he does. And now he just has to get back over Piastri. I'm sorry, Gasly for P9. As there is a yellow flag. Stroll has crashed in turn 2. And my favorite saying, I didn't see this the first time. There is a Stroll crashed on the main straight. But no one could have worded that better than that man right there. Lap 26 underway. We have Hulkenberg P10 looking to get around Pierre Gasly in that Alpine. And the further we stay in front of the Alpines, the better. That is all I'm saying. Hulkenberg, a great job on the pass there. And P5, P9 for the Hasbros. Hulkenberg. Moving up just a little bit further there in lap 27. We have Alonso who's taking the inside here on Magnussen, and around the outside. Magnussen tries to hold on, but he just cannot. As he might try again. No, he couldn't get there. He couldn't get the wheel. Who has the DRS?
Keep pushing.
I can't tell. I couldn't see my car. Magnussen has it, but there's a VSC. There's a virtual safety car once again. Oh wait, never mind. The first virtual safety car was a red flag. That was in the sprint. Anyway, not a lot happened after the virtual safety car. Fucking, what's his name? Alonso got away from us there for a second. As you can see, 2.3 seconds ahead of us. And I am going out for an all-out push here with Kevin Magnussen to see if he can catch up at all. Not really sure we should push with Hulkenberg. I don't see him catching up to Russell, nor do I see Gasly catching up to him. But looking back at Magnussen, here on the final lap, finally getting in that DRS zone. So the ERS is definitely helping us out. Fastest lap so far. However, I don't doubt we keep that. Kind of hope we do. It will help with the points, but I don't doubt we will. Here comes Hulkenberg, all by himself. I love to see it. He's doing great. We're going to let him stop saving. Maybe? No, maybe? We'll push. We'll push. We'll see how he does. Anyway, looking back at Magnussen, side by side with Fernando Alonso up the inside, and P5 is his. Yes, you can see Alonso tucked in behind him right there. So we're just going to skip to the very end here as Leclerc finishes the race. And it was Magnussen able to hold on. So far, still holding on to that fastest lap too. I don't see him doing any better this time around. Verstappen's over the line. Magnussen is over the line. So far, still with the fastest lap. I haven't seen anything different yet. Anyway, Alonso finishes P6. Hamilton is coming across the line now. Now is Russell. There he is. And Hulkenberg, he will take P9 here in this race. Just a few things we like to see there. Fastest lap so far. We'll see here in a minute. Hulkenberg and Magnussen both getting points once again. Double points here in Azerbaijan, Bakku. And it looks like we might actually be title contenders a few years down the road. And that is the end of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc taking the win here. Carlos Sainz, so it's a Ferrari P1, P2 here. Sergio Perez gets podium, but P3. Max Verstappen just outside of podium there. We'll take P4. Kevin Magnussen moving up to P5 from where he started. Fernando Alonso also moving up, but he's P6. Lewis Hamilton P7. George Russell P8. Nico Hulkenberg started and finished in P9. So not a lot going on there. Lance Stroll getting P10. So Ferraris, Red Bulls, Haas, Aston Martins, and Mercedes. Only 5 constructors in the top 10 for this race. And here we have your driver standings after round number 4. Max Verstappen holding on to the lead right now. Sergio Perez right there behind him though. Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, also P3, P4. And then Kevin Magnussen, top 5 in the Drivers' Championship right now. That's a little sus, bro. That's a little sus. Hey, I'm going to call it out too, bro. That's a little sus. I kind of hope it stays that way, but it's a little sus. And if it is that this way, I'm just saying, yo, Formula One has. Hit me up, bro. I got you. I got you. It's easy. I don't know why y'all can't do this. Fernando Alonso, P6. Lance Stroll, P7. George Russell, P8. Lewis Hamilton moves up to P9, dropping Nico Hulkenberg down to P10. And then Esteban Ocon, P11, Pierre Gasly, P12, Alexander Albon with 0 points, and everybody bound below him also with 0 points. Moving on to the constructors, we have Red Bull on top with 166, Ferrari in second with 131, Aston Martin P3 with 51, Haas P4 with 50. Oh, look at that, 51. Tied for third place with Aston Martin. They might be the new rivals for this save as of right now. Mercedes P5 with 38, Alpine P6 with 7, and everybody below them just doesn't have points, so their positioning it depends on where they finish the race. Only 6 teams with points. The bottom one has 7. Tied for third right now is crazy, dude. Crazy. But that is your round 4 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Coming up next, round 5 here in the United States, down in Miami, Florida. We should have another front wing ready for Nico Hulkenberg, hopefully. And as you can see right there on the upcoming events, ATR period 3 begins, so we can finally start the design on the rear wing before we use the remaining final ATRs for research for next season. Again, this might be a little whack of me, but I will be using the same format I've been doing in 22 with just the front wing, the underfloor, and the rear wing. Now, if we start to become too OP, again, I haven't watched a lot of this, so I don't know if that's like the OP strat, but if we do become OP like I was in 22, I will start doing upgrades to like the side pods and the chassis and other stuff to keep it kind of close. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I am trying to keep these videos as short as possible. This one is going to be very close to the 20-minute mark. I do apologize. I know we're used to the 10 to 15. I'm sorry. However, if you liked what you saw, please hit that like button. If you can't wait for the next video to come out, please hit that subscribe button. Leave comments down below on things that you would like to see, I guess, depending on what it is. Like if it's length, or if you have suggestions about, hey, who I should try to pick up for, I don't know, aerodynamics, whatever. Yeah, you know, put it down there. You know, hey, give me out. Anyway, I'm trying to get that follower count up, so please help me out. But only if you want to. Don't feel forced. Either way, the like button and the subscribe button both help my confidence in making the videos. I really enjoy making the videos. I should do it more often, but with, like I said, my work throughout the weekdays, I feel tired. Should have done it this weekend, but I was busy. Again, I apologize. I will do better next weekend. I promise. Only good game next weekend is the Eagles and the Cowboys. So, yeah, we'll see. Until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful life. Keep doing what you're doing and have fun doing it. Goodbye.